Ashafone etifo ya mochi. Era so brenya na ma na yidino. Ya mo kwa ba edo daily update TV so. And then I will share you made na no subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share and for comment section. Na ebusia ni nyina ye de ekosi ye. On the Supreme Court at the injunction to Re-Collation so. Ena Boss Masari Electoral Commission Mensa asem na making. Ana omubu o mani go so ana omkwa Re-Collation. Ana say Boss Masari Mensa quote articles and the clause of the constitution which they think say it allowed them to what to do Re-Collation. No ka say yes Sam George na make say ningo pram Sam George na te ni jata. No ka say those articles and constitution or quoted does not empower them. And the omoye is liable to contempt, and whosoever, including Mensa, Bosman, sorry, they are liable to contempt of Supreme Court. Yes, they are liable to contempt to Supreme Court. Those whoever carry the law into their hand to do correction, they are liable to contempt. I said, say Oma breach the law, and as Oma disobey, and as Oma disobey the order of Supreme Court, they are potentially charged with contempt against the injunction from the Supreme Court. Mrs. Subim. Or say, Boss Masai Mensa, Echo 2 Emerano, Omo Susu say, Emma Omo Equimo Re-Collation. Was it Entesa 2? Omo precedent say, Pro East. Aferijan AAB was say on directors directors of those time nakasa almost say entisa 3 ono say woma omudi animu Mensa boss aspire emomu ye Re-Collated no they are liable to contempt. Say they are potentially charged with contempt because two, what makes them liable to contempt? One, because they have breached the law. Two, they have disordered the law of what? The High Supreme Court. Any say they breach the law, and only say injunction and this for the tosono, they go ahead to do the Re-Collation. So some George New Jata and a Jumedia or called PSO already go Obubia and a hosty one or a Mutara Bawa and a Wamiatia say they are charged with contempt whosoever Mensa over the Re-Collated seat, and on the next line of action was added to Tuja. God bless you.
Seats outstanding, registration has just started. What's the way forward and for you?
Well, I think that JB has done justice to the transition and all. The 9 seats saga, I know that our base is really deeply worried about what happens to or appears to be in some instances pure criminality being perpetrated by persons who ought to know better at the Electoral Commission. I've seen a video of Boss Manasari where a journalist was asking him to show which law permits the Electoral Commission to Re-Collate. And he quotes Regulation 43 and 47 of CI 143 and I think Article 40 of the Constitution, none of which actually empower the Electoral Commission to do Re-Collation. I've seen the tweets from the Electoral Commission suggesting that in 2004 there was a Re-Collation again. That's factually incorrect. I've spoken to persons who were at the Electoral Commission at the time, directors at the Electoral Commission at the time, and they've been very clear on what happened. It was in Pro East. It was not a Re-Collation. There was no Re-Collation done at the time. And so what the Electoral Commission has done is illegal. It's in contempt of a Supreme Court injunction. And so all the persons who carried out that exercise are liable for contempt of court. And I believe that it's important that we lay down the gauntlet and set a precedent so that people do not abuse arbitrarily powers that have been given to them. In fact, the conduct of the Electoral Commission is what the Constitution warns about in Article 296, where it says that you will not use public power arbitrarily and capriciously. That's basically what you're seeing the Electoral Commission do. I mean, it's clear to everybody that in Obuasi East, for example, where that gentleman stood and fought 2 military men who were on an illegal assignment, and the people of Obuasi East voted for the NDC candidate. He was duly declared as parliamentary candidate elect, and then the Electoral Commission comes to Accra to try and re-announce or re-declare somebody else. That's illegal, and that will not be countenanced. You understand me? In Okai Qu North, and I've heard Bossman Asari, he stopped short of mentioning my name. I think that's cowardice. You know, if he is confident in what he's saying, I'm mentioning his name. He should be bold enough to mention my name. Was laid at his hands and at gunpoint and knife point forced their returning officer.
You have a gun and a knife.
To declare results in Okai Qu Central. First and foremost, Mr. Bossman Asari must know that he's not clothed himself in any glory or dignity in his conduct as Deputy Electoral Commissioner. From his irresponsible comments of saying that the NDC is a threat to our democracy, to his pure partisan behavior, even at IPAC meetings. I mean, and to suggest that Okai Qu Central, Mr. Bossman Asari should show Ghanaians evidence of the returning officer reporting to the Electoral Commission that he made those declarations under duress. Look, there are videos of me walking with the Electoral Commissioner. Yes. The Electoral Commissioner's name is Mr. Degenu, the returning officer for Okai Qu Central. His name is Mr. Degenu. He's alive. He's not dead. What they did at Tesano, they brought somebody who is not the returning officer.
Where was the returning officer?
He refused to show up. He said to them he will not be part of the illegality. And so go and see the declaration that was done. Look, and you see, they have circulated a video of myself and the returning officer. His picture is there. The video of him doing the declaration is there. Now go and take footage of the declaration of Patrick Boama that was done at Tesano and see if it is the same person. Because they have not disputed that the person who did that declaration of Baba Sadek is the returning officer. They claim he did it under duress. How is it that that returning officer has now changed
to a different
person? The reason why they asked A.B. Bright's declaration to be brought back is they claim that a different returning officer did her declaration.
Yeah.
Now they have gone to find another person, not the returning officer, Mr. Degenu, Courage Degenu, to do the declaration. So that declaration of Patrick Boama is null and void and of no consequence. It's an illegality, and everybody involved. Look, the individual who went there on whoever's instruction to pretend to be the returning officer is a criminal.
Exactly.
Because what he's done is pure criminal. To pretend
to be somebody,
to be a public officer. Declaring an election when you are not. And I think that we must ensure that the law works for once to serve as a deterrent to people. So that's the Okai Qu Central issue. And yes, look, people say, oh, you did a declaration with 110 out of 141 polling stations. Absolutely, nobody's disputing that. But you see, as the NDC, we would not accept a situation where the NPP claim that they did not have their pink sheets, but they have scanned copies of pink sheets. Yeah. You can only have a scanned copy when you have the original to scan. We demanded to see those scanned, the original copies of the scan. They didn't present them. Then the Electoral Commission brings master sheets. And in those 31 polling stations, you realize that one, the handwriting is the same. How do you expect me? And people say, what was my business there? I was there as an agent of the party. We had completed in Ningo Pram Pram on Sunday. This activity at the regional office was on Monday. And the party is at liberty. Who becomes their representation? Exactly. At the time I was there with Peter Boama Otukuno, Fred Owari and Frank Davis were present.
In their capacity as
their capacity as what? For Patrick Boama. They were allowed to be there. So when people say what was Sam George's business there, I was there as my party's agent.
Excellent.
I had legal locus there.
Yeah.
I had accreditation from the Electoral Commission to be there. The regional director, Madame Pinkra, actually when we pointed out the consistency of handwriting on the 31 master sheet, was so shell-shocked, she said she wanted the police to immediately investigate the matter because this was criminal. Her words. So how do you expect me as an agent to accept 31 fraudulent master pink sheets, master sheets, collation sheets, declaration forms? I won't. And that's why we said we will not accept them. And Mr. Fred Owari and Frank Davis, myself and Otukuno had a meeting there where we agreed that given the challenges with those 31, once the 110, there were no challenges, we should proceed with that. Anybody who had a challenge could then go to court, because the only way to determine what really went on, there are two routes in those 31 polling stations, was to go back into the ballot boxes and recount the ballot papers in the ballot boxes, or to rehold the election in those 31 polling stations. But the Electoral Commission does not have the power to do so. Only a high court has the power to declare any of those two directions. And so what you do is you declare what is not in contention. If someone is aggrieved, they go to court, and the court will give a direction on what to do. It does not lie in Jean Mensa's mouth or Bosman Asari's mouth to determine what to do. In the case of Baby Bright, declaration has been done. Collation of all the pink sheets had been done. She had won. Now you claim your own figures again. That will not hold. In the case of Ablekuma North, Irabina Oben, Okai Qu, who is the MPP candidate, shows up there. 281 polling stations. She does not have a single pink sheet. Not even one. Yet she has 281 scanned pink sheets. No fiscal pink sheet. Again, the Electoral Commission at the time said they were attacked and their pink sheets got destroyed. They had 160 pink sheets that they had already entered onto their collation system before the attack. So what we did was we agreed that since there are three parties in the collation, the Electoral Commission, the NDC and the NPP, at any point in time where two of the three parties can agree on the numbers, we would accept it. So once the EC had 160, we had our pink sheets. We had 245 of our pink sheets out of 281. The rest got damaged. We had the fiscal pink sheets. So what we will do is we will verify the 160 the EC had. They can also use their scan to verify, but we will verify with the EC. So we verified the 160 from the EC and then continued to do another 56, which brought us to 59, which brought us to 219 polling stations based on our pink sheets. Anytime we stated our figures, the MPP also checked their so-called scan and said they agreed with them. We took a break on Monday at 8:45 p.m. Now, if Bosman Asari says that the presiding officer in Ablekuma North was also under duress, he's called Mr. Obeng. Mr. Obeng left. If I had put him under duress and he stayed there till 8:45, we closed and he went home to Kwashiman, slept, woke up in the morning and picked the vehicle and came back again the following day.
And he was still under threat.
What kind of duress is that? If the man was under duress and went home, why did he come back? He came back and declared the results because he said he would not accept pinches. And you see, I must commend Mr. Obeng because he showed up at Tesano. And when he showed up at Tesano, and the MPP and the region and the EC at National were compelling him to accept the MPP scan copies, he said that's not what they trained him to do. If they have scanned copies, he wants to see the fiscal pink sheet because scanned copies can be altered. And so, where we stand today, I hear there's a meeting today. If the NPP has their pink sheets, they should bring them. If they don't have their pink sheets, they either declare based on what has been done. Anybody who has a challenge should go to court. Let the court then determine that we should go back, and if we declare counted 219, the remaining 62, if the court says that we should boxes are here have been damaged in a fire at the Kwashiman school. So they are not
daily updates so now we na na we Medina na subscribe to my YouTube channel no like in share na for comment show no ya beje bre na ya kan meti for any ahwefo nyina so tibi eye electoral commission and seminar na egusu etwa guo no na ni nyina ye eye ensema omokoye Re-Collation NDC for the contempt out of so but still they maneuver their way through to do the Re-Collation because they knew say a very giant precedent BSC Pro East, and moreover also no they thought say they know the law are a back to do the Re-Collation, but some just a chum say when the executive at that time no heading common and executive for no air kase and tisa says ana mami Mensa kadia and tisa rather. Abusia na je se eye Pendream ene eye mpanyimfo omo kwotena ase that time no apemu avindicate asem ne se Mensa ejumadi a wonu odi no eye what illegal because omo that time no it was not like that. Abusia medu besi ase.